Peace be to you all. Assalamu alaikum. Omar here. Family man, doctor of health education, physician associate, and moderately fit middle-aged endurance athlete. So today is June 18th, Sunday. So it's Father's Day, at least in the US. So happy Father's Day to all you fathers and father figures out there. So some of you guys may know I am the father of 4 kids who are now young adults. So 3 young men and a daughter, by God's permission, and through my amazingly awesome, strong, resilient wife. So I wanted to give you guys some thoughts on fatherhood and our responsibilities. To me, being a good father has been my most important role in my life. It's over everything, over my job. Jobs come and go, I can tell you. Over my career, those come and go too. Over my degrees, my college degrees, and all that other fluffy stuff that we get of the life of this world, the hayat dunya. It's important to be a good father, and that means doing things that you might not necessarily want to do. Sometimes I don't want to work out. I definitely didn't feel like it this morning, but I want to be a good role model for my kids, my sons in particular, because they are now young men. They're going to have to be defenders of their home and themselves. So you have to be physically strong as possible to be able to do that, and mentally and spiritually. So I'm out here. I'm setting an example for them, and I have to go to work. So to take some of my risk, some of the money and means that I get, and spend it upon my family, mortgage, food, clothes, all that good stuff. Yeah, my kids are adults, but they're in that very, very young adulthood, late teens and early 20s. So I have to. That's one of my responsibilities as the so-called man of the house and the father, to provide at least the basics. With Maslow's hierarchy of needs: food, shelter, clothing. And I also have to be a good support to my wife. Oh yeah, today is also me and my wife's 28th anniversary. We got married June 18th, 1995. So that's to me, that is a great milestone. And she's put up with me for more than a quarter of a century, despite all my many foibles. So alhamdulillah. But back to fatherhood. The role of fathers can't be underscored. We see communities in which fathers that play no role in their children's lives, and a lot of those kids grow up to be quite psychotic and cause a lot of problems in their own families and in society. I call my own community out. The African American inner city community, where the out of wedlock pregnancy it's like 70%. And unfortunately, I've treated a lot of young men in the mental health clinics and in the trauma surgery units where I've worked. They come in shot up, stabbed. A lot of the young men to whom I've spoken in the mental health places, they've got the same story. I didn't know who my father was, or my father was a very abusive person. He used to beat up my mom and come home drunk and take all our money, or he was on drugs, or he was in and out of jail. So the sons grow up to be these very violent men. They have very violent relationships with their on again, off again girlfriends, beating them up, causing problems for their families, having to try to raise money to bail them out of jail. it's a very sad thing. You know, the worst case of bad fatherhood is murdering your children. So there's a young man in Ohio 2 days ago, shot all 3 of his sons. Beautiful little boys. I think they were like 7, 5, and 3 years old. And actually ran after one of the sons who tried to escape, dragged him back to the house and shot him. And I can't imagine what this man was thinking. I don't know if he has a history of mental health illness or whatever, or drug use, but that's just evil to me. That's the worst case scenario, is murdering your children. But with fathers, it's such a huge responsibility, and there's a high degree of accountability. I tend to be theistically inclined, so I believe that there will be a judgment day and I'll be raised up and questioned about the type of father I was to my children. I don't want to be found lacking. Nobody's perfect. You're never going to be perfect, but you try your best. You know, many of the jobs that I've chosen, I could have made a lot of money going far, far away and leaving my kids with my wife. You know, I say, okay, kids, I'll see you on the weekend. I'm going to this job this far away, Monday through Friday. But you know, in some cases, there's men that have to do that, so they can provide for their household, and that's our primary responsibility, I think. You know, as head of the household, and as a caveat with the way things are in this society, I have to say, I don't boss my wife around. She's a grown woman. She's very intelligent. She has allowed me to be head of household as long as I'm not messing up. And that means being a good father. So to all you dads and dad figures out there, you know, I say father figures because many men have adopted children, or they have their stepdads or their uncles. I know a whole lot of brothers who were raised by their grandfathers. So it's not always the biological father that's the best father. So just keep being the best father figure that you can. Take on that responsibility, embrace it, and you know that you will be held accountable. If not in this life, you don't believe in the next life, then through the actions of your children, because you will be one of their biggest influences. Okay, guys, that's all for now. If you want to have a great career in medicine as a PA or a health educator, or just want to chat about life, feel free to contact me via email. I wish you guys the best of success in your positive endeavors. Peace. Look at this beauty.